Welcome back to some more Race Driver Grid Part 9, and in this part we're gonna try to get ourselves the second license in Euro, which would be the Euro B license. We're at Euro R. What I want to do is, of course, because of me, for my LP purposes, I'm gonna be doing each and every event. So before we, get to the next leagues up here, we want to get all of them done. So next up is the Dunlop Spa Challenge Pro Tuned. And this is where we're going to need a certain car, and this time it is going to be the Nissan Nismo Skyline GTR Z-Tune. And this seems to be our best bargain at $148,000. So let's go with that, and there is our Skyline. So this is the car that was giving me a little bit of trouble in some cases, but now we own it because we need it, because we can't drive anything else for this particular one. So, let's go and see how the Skyline will fare off against, well, other Skylines. I guess you could put it that way.
Don't let this guy fool you. He's got a room full of trophies.
I'm not bothered about, again, I ain't bothered about his trophies. I'm more bothered about how he races. Oh hey, this time my teammate's actually behind me this time. So the game actually recognizes that I'm the better driver. I sound like a jackass. Although, to be fair, he isn't quite the best driver right now. After the last thing, he needs to kind of prove himself to me, but if he wants to survive, that sounded really dumb in my head. That sounded really dumb saying that. It sounded better in my head, though. Alright. Just gotta find my way up here. I don't want to try to create too much chaos because, I still want to meet all my sponsorship objectives, because some of them are a bit picky with when it comes to damage. Oh, someone there got a little wide. He almost lost it. How you lose it in a four-wheel drive car is beyond me. I think my teammate might have said something, but I didn't quite catch it. He's probably back there anyways, because I think he's just too afraid to try to go for it. Whereas I'm just kind of more willing to just push it and all that kind of stuff. So he's really got to try here sometimes, and it's very frustrating when he doesn't want to try. All right, so come on, I gotta make some progress here. I'm at least in podium, which is good, and it is Spa, so it's a longer track, and it is 3 laps even as well. So, definitely still got some time to get up to first. In fact, they're second. Now I just got to get the English Robin Bradley to pass, and then we'll be in tip-top position. And there we go. Right at the very tight chicane there. Or, I guess chicane/hairpin, because it's kind of a combination of both when I look at it sometimes. Speaking of hairpin, there's this one. And down we go. And that should be a lap. There we go. Okay, now let's just gonna keep going here. I can get pretty much that close to the corner on Eau Rouge. Don't really need to worry. At least I'm pretty sure that what I passed there was Eau Rouge. That's the only corner I know by name for this track, because it's a pretty synonymous corner of Spa. Okay. Gotta be careful here. Alright, we're good. So that was a bit of an early shift, but it doesn't matter too much. I'm in the lead, so I wish I knew where my teammate was, but unfortunately, I don't know. He's somewhere. That's all that I know, and unfortunately, I'm gonna have a teammate that doesn't really provide little support, hence the title of my last part, getting little support. But yeah, he's gonna stay around until I can get someone who's a little more willing to kind of push and kind of help break in the monies. All right, brakes. Oh, kind of went a little too far down there. Didn't quite mean to. All that matters is I've got at least a fairly decent lead here, so I can just kind of comfortably drive around and, you know, just kind of know that I'm doing good enough here. Ooh, that was a little late on the brakes, but nothing too bad. Okay. There we go. That was definitely better around that one. Still a little wide there, but it's not... Again, that isn't too serious or anything. Oh boy, I have gone faster than any other Skyline here has ever gone before. Even though it's not entirely the case, because I wouldn't be surprised if the real world record holder of this track in this game probably did it in under 2 minutes. Wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. Okay, that was maybe a little bit unnecessary there to shift down like that, but whatever. Okay. Careful there. Yeah. Okay, we're... Alright, I'm sorry, I know I'm not saying a whole lot right now, I'm just kind of driving here. And sometimes my mind just kind of focuses more on that kind of stuff. Okay, there you go. Just gotta keep it moving here. Ah, shouldn't have shifted down there. There was no reason to. Or there. I can't determine my shifting times at some point. It seems very clear. That seems very clear. Ooh boy, don't go there. Okay. Better around here, at least. Compared to the last lap. Alright, now I just gotta floor it to the end here. So this isn't gonna be sub 2 minute lap, but I think it is a little. It will be the best. Got 2:01. Oh, was this a one race event? Must have been. Hang on. Gotta just try to remind myself to do this each time. Get some replay stuff so I can, you know, have some possible thumbnail shots. Come on, give me something close, because that's usually easy to work with. Nah, not quite the angle I want. There we go. Something like this is a little better. Or this. Yeah, you get the idea, though. Ooh, this is a lot better for a rear shot, I must say. Anyways, enough of that. I didn't even take a look at where Seth finished there. I should have, actually. Where did he finish? 12th. He was as far down as he can be in terms of still getting points. Man, he's again, a little support. He's got to do better than this. Yeah, I can't see him lasting very long here. He's only making 11,000 of his sponsors. Yeah, it was only a one race event. Interesting. And
well done, Nitro. You've earned the Euro B license. You are now qualified to enter a lot more events in Europe.
Yep, indeed. And there we go. Euro B license acquired.
Good race. Keep the dollars rolling in.
Yeah, I suppose so. Anyways, our sponsors are Compomotive Motorsport Wheels, Mini Champs, and at Dunlop. And of course, there is again that little thing there. Shiny. Bunch of new events. Anyways, let's take a look at our sponsors before we move on. Any of these any good? Oh, Dunlop has is very good. 10,500. The new, that is definitely going to be the new. Hang on, let's fix that. Yeah, we're gonna go with the white because it works easier on this car than the black. We're definitely gonna have them be the main because yeah, that's some good money to be made. All right, and Cobra here with 7,000. Jun 6,500. Avon 6,000. And then the rest of here are, you know, actually, hang on. Do any of these 5,000s anybody? Oh no, they're all the same. I think I like HKS more though, so let's put them on. And then yeah, there's no other ones after this that are many champs with a measly 1,800. Yeah, no thanks. We want the money, and the money's important.
4 hours of Le Mans is a 24-hour.
What are the offers we're getting for this? GT1 this time. Ooh, it's tempting to drive a GT1 class car. We got a Corvette C6R or RGT Murcielago and a Celine S7R. Now, if we enter a team, we of course can still use our Esperante from before, or Spiker C8 Spider, but we got some more choices, such as, hey, look at that, we now actually can buy a GT3 RSR if we wanted to. The only thing is the GT3 RSR, we can't really have any visuals and stuff. It's kind of limited for whatever reason for that car, sadly. Any other GT2? Oh, okay, that's GT1. RGT, Corvette C6R, C5R, Aston Martin DBR9, Selena 7R, Courage C65, Lola, R10 TDI, Courage LC70, created blah 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 blah. So, some of the other cars, we got an F430 GTC we can enter, that's GT2. Ferrari 575 GTC and GT1, and yeah, the Porsche. Oh, there's a little more than that, but maybe not, maybe not. Doesn't matter too much. I will definitely want to drive that 575 GTC though when I get to GT1, because right now I'm not going to spend the money to get another GT2 car. Let's just take one of these guys and go for it. Let's so we got Corvette, we got Lamborghini, or we got Celine. We get the most though for going with Lamborghini, so we're gonna go with them. Again, this isn't gonna do as much for my rep, but come on, it's a GT1 class car. I'd rather drive that over a GT2 class. Now you can skip these Le Mans races if you don't want to keep doing them, which you can definitely do, but you know, it never hurts to have more money. And right now, you know, I've been spending money to get some certain cars and stuff, so it would be good to switch it up and not be able to actually, you know, do this and actually make some money. But finishing this, we'll have over 1 million, which might be the first time I do that during this LP. So yeah, one thing I kind of forgot to mention, I should have mentioned it during the LP earlier on, but I didn't actually realize until not only a few days ago. The first GRiD's not on Steam anymore. Neither is like Dirt 3 or anything. I'd never realized that the games got taken off of Steam. I guess it just has to come down to licensing issues or something. That would at least be my guess. Oh, look at that, Murcielago up in the front here. This thing does go pretty quick, I must say. Kind of bit of tail slide there, but we're fine. In fact, I'm gonna be honest. Although they're clearly faster on corners and stuff, I'm not too far off of the LMP2s. It would be amazing if I actually beat them. That would definitely be something. Okay. All right. Keep it moving here. I like all the miles that have been on this car too, or kilometers or whatever. Definitely quite a few. We're like at 56,000. Not exactly the best there, but yeah, I'm not too bothered by doing the Le Mans races anyways, because they're only really a few laps anyways. Kind of kind of breaks the mold anyways, kind of, you know, get something a bit more open. I probably might have been able to make a little more money if I brought out that Panos, the Panini again, but honestly, we had GT1 cars for offers, and I couldn't say no to that. I would much rather be able to drive a GT1 class car and not have to spend all the money to buy a GT1 class car. So, you know, that would definitely be a much preferred thing to have to do. Alrighty, well, we're looking fine here. But yeah, we've got a pretty hefty lead over the rest of the GT1s. They're a little bit back there, so. I love how I just weave through all the chicanes there that quickly. It's kind of fun. But yeah, there's no way I'm catching the LMP2 cars now. They're too far away. But it was fun to know that I wasn't that far from them for a while. But that only lasts for so long. This Murcielago is very nice, I must say. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, this game isn't on Steam anymore. So if you want to play it on the PC and you don't have it for Steam, well, you're either gonna have to find someone who's got a code for the Steam version, because I'm pretty sure though that would still be that would still be acknowledged. Like, I don't think Steam would be one to suddenly disable a key unless they had to, or the code or whatever. Or you just find it online somewhere. You could buy you can buy like a disc copy of it or something. And with the disc copy, you're not really losing out on anything anyways. It's the same game. So it's just with the it's just the Steam version is basically that disc version without the disc. Basically, mostly anything on, basically what pretty much everything on Steam is pretty much like. So, oh boy, don't want to get it too crazy there. Yeah, I honestly, I don't even know why I keep looking back. They're like not even in view. Right, let's do some interior view for a little bit. I haven't done that in a while. Looks kind of cool with this car, having it in like the dark here. You can kind of see like the some detailing done to the window, which is quite cool. I like that. And plus, you can also see on the steering wheel miles an hour instead of kilometers an hour. I could have easily changed it to miles an hour. I'm just kind of lazy. But yeah, you can see that this car will do over 210. Man, it's kind of a shame that we don't see the like GT1 Lamborghini anymore. Pretty much in terms of racing Lamborghinis, we have the Huracan. I believe these days it's the Huracan Super Trofeo. Really, the Murcielago is like the last of the GT1 Lamborghinis. I don't believe they ever made a GT1 Aventador. I could be wrong, but I don't think they did. The closest racing designed Aventador would have been the Aventador J. Either that or maybe the Veneno. But the Aventador J was really only a one-off kind of thing. It was meant, but it was meant to be like a hardcore thing. It didn't even really have any windows, or a main windshield, I should be saying. Yeah. Well, they're not as far back as saying, about only 4 seconds, but I was expecting they were going to be at least a little bit further back than that. Uh-oh. That was not what I was expecting to do. Alright, let's bring it back out here, because when it comes to this game, I drive better outside of the interior view. It tends to be the case with most games. I'm either this view or the bumper view. Which isn't the best thing to have to say, I know, but, what can you do? Anyways. As the sunlight comes back up, because you know how fast the time shifts in this mode. Actually, hang on. I do want to see what until like it nearly probably at 215. So that wasn't the best. Probably lost a little bit of time there. Oh no, I actually gained a bit of time. I'm now my lead is now nearly up to 5 seconds. Okay. Well, I can definitely take that. Oh boy. Just gotta be careful here. I also like how it's got the J-Lock sponsorship, which is, I'm pretty sure this is like J-Lock was in the was in JGTC or Super GT or whatever. It's probably, I think that's where that's the group that had the Nomad Diablo that was hidden away in GT3. I mean, it was available in the Japanese version, but was kind of kept away in the North American version because of possible licensing issues, and then was completely removed altogether from the PAL version. And then, but then you know it came back in GT5, and then was in GT6, and then it was gone again because of how Polyphony's changing the whole thing up with Gran Turismo Sport. I really hope they keep that game well up to date with cars, because you know the more time goes on, the more I think about it, the more I kind of feel like, you know, Gran Turismo, one of Gran Turismo's specialties really was being able to have such a large car list. I mean, sure, there was a lot of Japanese duplicates like Skylines and Miatas and all that kind of stuff, but you know, you still had quite a bit of variety, and you know, it made it kind of cool to have them all, but have a bunch of them. But with that not being but with GT Sport, you know, being quite a bit different for that, it just kind of it brings a bit of concerns that maybe their focus is too much on the whole esports online thing, and which I guess, you know, is fine because it's got FIA sponsorship. So in a way, you know, it obviously makes sense. But I feel like I didn't mean to do that. I feel like they might have kind of missed the point a little bit in some cases. And there goes my door. And I'm spinning out too, which isn't quite what I want to do. Sorry. It actually does help to do that real quickly because I needed to take off something that was heating up in. Yep, and again there goes the door, and again I spin out. What the hell? Alright, let's try that one more time. And hopefully, because I can't retry any more times after this. Again, there goes the door. There we go. Yeah, I cut it a little bit there just to try to make sure I wouldn't end up repeating with that another incident there. Okay, well, so yeah, we've got a bit of weight reduction with the no passenger door. We don't need it. There's no passenger. You can't even fit a passenger in there anyways. It's only one seat. Yeah, this will definitely, of course, be the last lap. I swear, kind of taking the corners like that has become so much more common to me to do so because of playing a lot of GTA Online races, because of the whole curb boosting, whatever, why is it even a thing, physics. And yeah, my lead is now about just over 7 seconds. So I don't think they're going to be catching me anytime. Oh. Could have shifted a little earlier there, but nothing too bad. Okay. Bring it down a bit. So yeah, I'm likely going to be on probably near the end of the lap by the time the timer is done. We'll see though. We'll see exactly when the where we'll be on the track when that happens. Didn't mean to do that. Even, you know, my lead is now nearly 7.5 seconds, almost 8 seconds. Yeah, we're gonna get fairly close to the end of this lap when the timer runs out, I think. Yeah, pretty much how it's gonna be. Yep, we're gonna be right up to about here. And there we go.
Push a little harder.
I can push it a little harder. What do you mean push it a little harder? I was way in front of my entire class. What the fuck are you going on about, buddy? Ooh, look at that. I like that shot. That looks pretty cool. Yeah, I think there's like cats there as well as a sponsor. But yeah, look at that. You're telling me to push it a little harder. The next guy up in the Aston Martins was over a kilometer back. In fact, I was only a few kilometers away from Didier Andre in the GRiD 665. Whatever you say, buddy. And there we go. That's 300,000. So that was worth doing that.
1 million. Fantastic.
And there we go. We're now into the 1 millions. We won $950,000 during this season. And we're now into 326th, where my teammate is 485th. He's not doing too well.
Season 4 is going to be your best season yet. I got a good feeling about it.
I mean, it's not like it's nearly every season we've been doing. I've been doing better. Yeah. Can I find a better driver? Well, this guy's got good skill, but not very consistent, and kind of want some consistency. Ooh, very skillful, but again, not very consistent, and especially his drift. Kind of looking for. I don't mind someone who's good. I don't mind a teammate who's good at drifting, but I don't want that to be specifically the spec. Oh, well, this is 500,000, so it's a bit hefty, but he's also quite aggressive too. Alright, you know what? I think the one I like the most is Thurston, because that's some very good skill and even better consistency. So yeah, let's go with Thurston.
Good choice. He'll serve us well.
Oh, see, my crew chief thinks Thurston was a great choice. So there we go, Douglas Thurston. You are now going to become my new teammate. Hope you get about how many percent of my winnings? 50%, something like that. That's fine. Anyways, let's actually do one more race because we only had a one race event and then Le Mans. So
You have 4
let's.
titles in this region. 6 will get you a head-to-head challenge with Raven West Motorsport.
Ooh, thank you for letting.
Races attract big sponsors with big prizes.
Is there any more of these that are
Worth it
just?
to earn that.
Is there just
You have
any?
4 titles in this region.
Is there just any?
6 will get you a
Is there any
head-to-head
more that
challenge
only
with
has
Raven
one
West
race?
Motorsport. These races attract big sponsors with big prizes. It would be worth it to earn that challenge.
Oh, believe me, I'm gonna be doing that
4
for all
titles
these.
in this region.
Shut up.
6 will get you a head-to-head challenge with Raven
Let's do the Pro Toge, which is interesting because I actually have both the Skyline and the Viper here. You know, after that last time, I have to give the Viper another chance. I just have to. We have to be. I need to get some revenge. I don't think Enzo Vico is gonna show up, but I want to do the Viper proud. All right, so we got Suni Anda is our challenger, who is of course in a Skyline. Probably could have shifted a little later there. Okay, so all that matters in this is if I can keep Suni behind me. Oh, that was very good around there. Kept it very close and, you know, made a bit of a gap. Oh my god. Well then, that happened. Let's bring it back a bit and try to prevent that from happening again. Alright, try to take it a little bit easier there. I think that might have been for the best. Careful. Careful. Oh boy. Oh boy. Ooh, yeah, this is gonna be a bit hairy. Ah. Alright. Yeah, Suni isn't even keeping it close at all. Like, not even. We're gonna be looking pretty good here. So yeah, that gives us a good advantage for the first time. The time difference was 2 whole seconds. 2 whole seconds. Anyways. Time now I gotta try to keep I gotta at least keep that gap closer to Suni or past Suni and we'll be fine. I prefer the latter option, but we'll see what happens. Oh yeah, it seems to reset your flashbacks each time. The car went a direction I did not want it to go. Come on. I'm at least closer than 2 seconds for sure. Oh, whoa, we're getting close. Can I get him on the inside? Well, we had a bit of rubbing, but... Oh, wait a minute. It gave him the penalty for it, apparently. I thought that was going to give me a penalty. But no, Suni ended up getting a 2-second penalty for it, which pretty much now, at this point, guarantees I'm going to win. I guess the game thought Suni should have given me more space. Oh, shit. Not quite what I want to do there, but it doesn't matter. I still finish in front. And, you know... 2-second penalty. So, I kind of killed Suni. Pretty bad. See, look at that. By nearly 5 seconds in total. Alrighty, so... Now, is my teammate actually in this? He is! And he actually beat Paul Mikado in the first round by a pretty good amount. That's looking pretty good. In fact, the only... That's pretty interesting, I must say. He could... So there is a potential chance I could meet my own teammate in the final. Now that would be cool. Hopefully Thurston manages to beat Arata Akabori, but Akabori had the best time out of the rest of the pack, which is of course nowhere near as good as how me or the other driver did, but that's just because, you know, we're not involved in that race. So yep, we now go against Shiro Igarashi, who is also in a Viper. So it's Viper versus Viper. Which means if I end up facing my own teammate, it'll once again be Viper versus Viper. Again, I think I'm shifting just a little too early for that in the first gear. I should stop doing that. Oh, getting a bit too close there, but not too bad. I took that so quickly that I'm well past. He's well back there now already. There we go. Keep it good and clean. Or at least as clean as I can be. We caught a bit of grass, but thankfully we're kind of already in a bit of the corner there, so there was like next to nowhere. He is so far gone. Like, I killed Shiro here, like, pretty badly. In fact, what was the time difference? Nearly 4 fucking seconds. Like, that's quite a lot. I'm gonna see if I can... My phone's going off. Oh no. It's okay. It's not a message or anything. It's just a notification. I have a different sound. I have a different notification sound for that. Alright, so... I just have to make sure I'm not 4 seconds behind. There we go. That was a much better shift into first. Or shift into second, excuse me. The only way I'd shift into first is if I was neutral. Like at the start of the race. Took him with almost no effort whatsoever. That was pathetically easy. And he's killed himself. Like, he is out. Like, that's pretty bad, I must say. So, yeah, thanks for kind of giving me the easiest win I've ever gotten in this kind of event so far. That must be said. This is a bit of a longer part. I know I stalled quite a bit on the teammate stuff, but at least I found someone who's would be pretty good. I mean, Thurston made it past the first round, so that probably. I don't think Seth would have been able to do that, sadly. So how big was the gap at the time? Not as much. So he did keep it closer, but still way too far away. Looks like Thurston was. Oh, it wasn't even by a second either. Yeah, Thurston tried, but Akabori did an even better time than the first round. So it looks like it comes down to between me and Arata. And judging by the name Toyo Team Hurricane, I think it's going to be a Skyline. And I can confirm it is indeed a Skyline. Damn. Damn you, Arata, you took out my teammate. I would have loved to have a team like me versus teammate final. But you had to prevent that now, did you? Because you had to be the better driver of the two. You prick. I'm winning this for my teammate. I gotta avenge him. Alright. Gotta keep it there. Yeah, those couple corners I do them so much quicker than everyone else. That I get so much time from it. That I make such a notable lead. There we go. See? Look at that. He's gone. Just another solid run from me. In fact, come on. Sub 50 seconds. Beautiful. 3.76 time difference. That was awesome. 49.81, a sub 50-second run in the car that would have technically been the more difficult to drive out of the two, the Viper. That's saying something, because I did those corners so well. Anyways, Arata's been the best of the other. Or so, if he keeps it interesting, that will be again, I guess, in a way interesting. But I'm not holding back here. Oh, you're giving me a bit too much here to kind of cause danger. Oh boy.
Nice driving. You passed him.
That gave me the penalty this time. It's okay. I'm in front, so, and considering the first result, it's not gonna. I should still be okay. See, even with that penalty, you see the difference of 1.23, but that's not gonna mean anything because of the first round, which means I still win. So I can take that home to the bank. Or I'll have not too bad of a bank either, because I didn't spend anything to get any cars here, so. Look at that. 64,500. What did my teammate get in total? 20,000. So that's already better than Seth, at least. Jeez.
Well done, Nitro. Good driving. Way to pull out the win.
So yeah, 209,500. And our sponsors are V500 Wolf Engine Management, GRiD, and OZ. So let's take a look at how much we can get from them. Not much, it seems. OZ can give us 5,000, but we've already got some 5,000s. So we're gonna keep it at. We're not gonna do any changes, anyways. So that's gonna do it for this a little bit lengthier part. Stay tuned for the next part, and hopefully we'll get to see just exactly how well Douglas Thurston does around a track. Should be interesting to see how my teammate does then. So, stay tuned for that, and as always, I'll catch you guys in the next part. Thanks for watching.